Hello, ladies and gentlemen. On today's video, I'm gonna finish assembling a battery that I built, which is this battery here. It's a huge 42 volt, 60 amp battery. Because each control board is 15 amps. Put them together is 60, and I decided to do this because I could have just bought myself, a battery bank for my scooter, but these were at a good price. And all I had to do was just buy a control board and use them up again. And when I did the voltage testing, it held its capacity. Like, the voltage wouldn't die out so quickly. So I know that these batteries still have some good use inside of them. So anyway, so each battery that you saw inside the battery bank with the cover, because this doesn't have the cover, like I said, it's 42 volts, 15 amps. And I'm going to demonstrate with this battery what I did, how it looks when it's done. And, in a future reference, when I get the replacement control board, I'll fix this battery so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But for now, all I can do is demonstrate. So this is both your output terminal, positive and negative. And over here, you have your positive and negative charging ports. Basically, each one of these lines go in different sequence. It goes from left to right, left to right, left to right for positive. Negative is always going to end up either on the left side. I hardly see it on the right side, but it's always on the left side. But it is the right side. It means that the negative side is on the right side, but I always see it on the left side. So anyway, so as you can see here, I have a set of wires, the same amount as this battery has. So if I was to do this job, the first thing I want to do is cut off this top, put the wire straight, and see which wire goes number one, number two. But remember, number one is left. I should say right, left, right, left. And as you're taking them off, you're going to see that each wire is side to side. So you always want to remember that, because if you put two wires on the same side, when you plug it in, it's not going to give you the proper voltage reading. So always remember that, all right? And when you get to the last one, it'll be just one gray one. One black one. And that'll be your negative terminal. All right? So always remember that these wires is very important for charging purposes only. Because let's say your battery is at 36 volts, and another battery is at a little higher. What the control board does is that it stops charging. The battery is higher. The one that's discharged starts charging to the same level as the other one, so they can all charge equally. So that way it won't cause a fire or blow up. And yes, this is a very tiny control board, but it does its job. I've been using it already for 6 months on another bike, and it hasn't blown up. The reason why this blew up is because I had a little bit of solder. It fell into one of these leads right here, so it was doing contact. So this is the reason why it blew out. But they're pretty good. So now I'm going to show you how it will look if you was to connect this. I already showed that these wires go connected like this. Here you have C for minus, P for power, and B for negative battery. So basically the B negative will be the negative terminal. The P would be basically to give out the power from negative to the negative. So it'll be black to black, but it'll be the black giving out. And then the C is for the charging port. The way that this goes together is you have one wire out and the other one connected positive. So basically it'll be the negative of the charging, and this will be the positive. So I'm going to show you an example how it will look. So some wires here. So let's say I was to connect this like that. It looks something like this. You see? Black, 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 and then a charging wire like this. You understand? So it'll be like this. Bang, that wire there, and this wire over here. So basically, the positive is always by itself. It doesn't go connected to this. This will always stay on its own. So once you put that out like that, this board is already controlling the voltage and all of that. So it's good to go. So now let's move forward. So now you have an understanding how this control board goes together and how I put this huge power bank together. So let me start with the back. As you can see back here, I have labeled it plus and then negative in the bottom. And then as you can see, these wires right here are the charging port. So as you can see right here, it demonstrates perfectly. You got the negative, positive, and the charging port. There's 3 wires like I demonstrated. So with each one of these terminals, they all are in series. They basically are connected negative to negative, positive to positive. Alright, so the voltage stays the same, but the amps go up. That's the only difference. Over here, I got my charging port. So you can see I put a really strong epoxy. That way if I step on it, whatever, it's not gonna break. And here are my 2 positive, negative, and positive leads. And the way I'm gonna connect this is, I'm gonna close this up, first of all. I just wanna leave that open to demonstrate how it looks. So I'm gonna close this up. And I'm gonna use a 15 amp switch. Why I'm using everything in 15 amps? Because everything's connected in 15 amps. And it should be able to work without a problem. I did say earlier that supposedly it's running at 60 amps, but the batteries are anonymous. I didn't really get to see how much they was, so I ended up just putting a 15 amp control board in. The size of this, I doubt it's really 15 amps. So this is why I'm like, let me stay with the 15. So here we go. So the reason why I have this switch is because I'm gonna do 2 things to this battery bank. Number 1, I need 72 volts to come out of this. So I need a step-up converter. There's when this bad boy comes in. As you can see, I already got the output for it. It has 3 different adjustable terminals. It has a fan. This is 180 watts, 40 amps max. And it gives me from 10 to 60 volts voltage input and output from 10 to 90. And I have used one of these before and I blew it out kind of, as you can see. Caught on fire right here, but they're pretty good. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect my switch. And the reason why I want to connect a switch to this is because when you have this on, it's gonna keep running. And I don't like that because you're overheating components, you're losing voltage, and you know I want to keep the battery and everything at a cool stage. You understand? So as this is running on its own, you know it's gonna heat up eventually. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect this together. As you can see here, it's connected. I already had an output terminal there. Excuse me. So before I connect anything, I just want to make sure I'm getting the voltage. Alright, here we go. And then I'm going to show you that it also charges. So you can see that the charging port is working just fine. Alright, so here we go. So this will be my negative side. This is my positive side. Alright, I still haven't switched it. Now I'm going to switch it. And as you can see, I got 41.5 volts. See? If I turn it off, it's protecting my battery. So that's what I'm looking for, protection. So now, sorry, these leads are so long, it's a booby trap. So now, I'm gonna connect these 2 together. Now that it's off, let me make sure it's off. It is off. So this is positive. Yeah, for now, then I'll fix and I'll adjust it. But for now, for demonstrating purposes, I was just twisting, turning now, so this is negative. I don't want to end up putting the wrong one. Then I turn it on and bam, my fuses go out. Without that switch, the moment I put that inside this terminal, you'll see sparks. It'll be screaming firecrackers. With this, it prevents those sparks too. You know, those sparks almost gave my mother a heart attack. One time she heard, she said, "Oh my God, there's a fire!" I'm like, chill, man, you good. So here we go. So now I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna turn it to the side so you can see it perfectly. So now, as you can see here, the light is on without a problem. So, as you can see, it's running perfectly. What I'm gonna do here is trying to see if the fan spins. The fan is not spinning, so I'm gonna have to call eBay. Let them know that their fan is not spinning. What's up with these fans, man? They sell them, these fans never spin. So I'm gonna turn it off so you can see that's working perfectly. See, look, as I turn it off, so it's getting dimmer. I'm not sure what the voltage. Excuse me. So I'm gonna use one terminal over here, and the other one up here. I'm gonna discharge slowly because of the capacitor, but eventually you'll see what I'm talking about. So look. So right here it's giving me 20. So I'm gonna turn it back on. It's gonna give me 54. Right now it's saying 54, as you can see. 54.9 volts. You see when I turn it off, it's gonna start discharging real slowly. You see 53, 52, 51. So as you can see, what I created here is safe and sound. The arch, the little arcing is not happening. But I had to figure out what's wrong with that fan. So now, the next thing I'm gonna do is, where's my flathead? I'm gonna try to get the voltage boosted up and run it at 75 volts. That's what I need to run my scooter. Then after that, I'm gonna pause the video. Actually, yeah, I don't know, cause I'm gonna try to do an uncut video. I usually never do it like that, so excuse me if I sound kind of retarded. I never took these type of classes for art. I mean, show, you know, podcast, whatever. It's all natural. All right, so being that it's there already, I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna try to boost it up a little bit from here. Oh, gotta be careful. All right, so I wanna make sure that I'm not hitting nothing. Oops, that's positive. I'm gonna just use it like that, so that way it's easier for me. Alright, so I got 54. We'll put it up here for y'all so you can see it also. See, it says 54. This one right here is the one that makes it go a little higher. Just afraid I don't like when things are too close together. See? I get a little nervous. I have bad luck with things when they're too close together. Here we go. So here we go. I'm going down, now I'm gonna go up. I was going down, now I'm gonna go up. Jesus Christ, eh? All right, 54. Here we go. Lord Jesus, stop jumping. Anyway, I'm just gonna do another demonstrator. It's not gonna work for me like this. I see it already. So I'm just gonna righty tighty. That's what makes it go up. So I'm gonna demonstrate right now that I'm about to get at least 60 volts or something like that. I did it the wrong way, but anyway, I'll get it correctly. Let me just put this up correctly. So you get, there we go. Push this in. There we go. The terminals is out. So units cross differently. Doesn't matter. So here I got 69, as you can see. At 69.5, a little bit more. I should get 75 like I wanted. It says 60, 58, so it's the other way around. And once that's set, I'm good to go. I could be able to put it on my bike, which I'm gonna show. There you go, I got 75 volts. So now that it's set like that, I'm gonna put it on my bike and show you that this method is it works, and it saved me a lot of money. A whole lot of money. I could have been spending at least $600, and honestly speaking, not even $100 have I wasted. Because when people don't know what they have in their hands and they're trying to sell it, it makes you a horrible person. Because you know what it's worth, but they don't. All right, so this is the part where I'm gonna pause the video. I'm gonna connect it to my bike, and I'm gonna show you that it turns on the bike and it makes it run. Then I'm gonna cover everything up and then show y'all one more time how it looks when I cover it up. And then thank you for watching at the end. So for safety reasons, I turned it off with the relay before I connect it. That's not the way it's gonna look when it's in there, but this is just for demonstrating purposes. So now I'm gonna connect the bike. So now I got the keys in. I turned off the bike. So now I'm about to turn on the bike, and I'm going to show you that it works perfectly. I should get 75 miles per hour here. So first thing I'm going to do is turn on the relay. Because I had it off, like I said in the previous video, for safety purposes. Turn on the switch. As you can hear it turn on without a problem. Now turn on the ignition key. And there we go. She's on without a problem. No arching, nothing is shutting off. And now let's press the gas pedal. And she's giving me 74 miles an hour. And as you can see, the battery doesn't even go down. So that's to tell you that there's a lot of energy saved up. Here it is, finished, covered up with tape. As you can see, not that bad. It's gonna fit in there just perfect. I didn't tape it up too much because I do want it to stay cool. With the fan, I'm gonna end up having to fix it. I'm gonna have to cross the wires because the wires, when I looked at the diagram, the positive is on the negative is on the positive. Whoever put the wiring together didn't know what they were doing, or they were rushing it. So right now I'm going to demonstrate how it looks when it charges. So here we have the charger at green, and this is the charging port. I'm going to show you that it charges. As soon as I connect it, it turns red. Even if I turn it on, as you can see it's on with the light, it still charges. If I take it off, it stops charging. Here it is. It's a little bit above the normal batteries. I'm gonna have to figure out a way how to change this bad boy up when I'm outside with her. And as you can see, the back parts have enough space to breathe. You know, the calculations, it's not 100% precise, but enough for the board to get enough cooling as it's writing, so it won't overheat, you know, the transistors, and enough space for me to still move around my switch. So let's see if it still works. Still turns on without a problem. Or wrong way. Sorry, it was the wrong way. Now it turned on. So, thank you for watching, and I hope this helps a lot of people out there trying to build their own batteries from recycled batteries. Goodbye.